Gotta fly home today. That's alright. I'm ready to see my boys. What a week it's been. The day that I did the extension, I was doing laundry and I walked by a tattoo place just right around the corner. And I booked an appointment to get a little apple behind my right ear. So, here's the place I'm heading to. Just gonna get a small traditional red apple with the green leaf, black NY in the middle. Oh, here's the dude's Insta and the website. What a day to be alive. Smoking trees with the cops right behind me. And nobody cares. We're over it. All right. Short little jaunt right around the corner here. My hood's just right around that to the right. And then I'm gonna go trot, trot, trot over here. This where I did laundry. Thanks for helping me have some clean drawers. And then we're gonna take a left, because you know I always like to go left over here to the spot. And here we are. Paying props to this iconic trip with a tat. Come on, Big Apple. They don't open till noon, but I made an appointment with this dude at 10 o'clock today. So it's just us. Check, all done. Really didn't hurt as crazy bad as I thought. As soon as he started, Shine On You Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd came on. And when the song was over, the tattoo was done. So, how long is that song? It would appear that answer is 13 minutes and 32 seconds. So, there we go. Now what to do with the rest of my time. Trying to leave about 3 o'clock, 3:15. Flight leaves at 5:30. Thank you. I should have asked how you say his name. Anyways. He probably a dude that looked like he was, I don't know, late 20s. I asked if he's lived in New York all of his life. He said he was born in Japan and then lived in San Diego, but it was too boring, and so now here he is in New York. Probably not best for my hair to be all up over that bitch. Well, let's trot back to the hotel, check out, store the luggage. We'll see where the New York winds take me, but maybe go to Central Park and people watch, or go to MoMA. 30-minute walk to Columbus Circle, which is entering Central Park on the southwest side. So I think maybe we'll check out of the hotel, store the luggage, hoof it to the park. Almost 11, checkouts at noon. Go up here, get my luggage, take another pee. I took a hydration multiplier with the electrolytes the past few days. Usually I take that right before bedtime. So between that and drinking a lot of water in the morning like I normally do, I peed like 3 times at the tattoo place. And now I gotta go again. So, hey, pineapple, what's up, what's up? All right. Yo, grubbed up on some tasty fruit. Had leftover blueberry muffin from the Brooklyn area yesterday. Breakfast check. Now it's time to check out and trot to Central Park. Okay. There's what the tatty looks like. Dude said free touch-ups for life. Might have to take him up on that because what's up, Butchie? Because it's a high rubbing traffic area, so it could fade easily. And those screenshots were recommendations from a conversation I struck up with the dude that works at the hotel that was born in 1980 in Brooklyn, lived here all of his life. And we both share an interest of New York pop culture of the early 80s, art and hip hop. Recommendations of shows to watch and good places to people watch and some cool graffiti in the little, like Freeman Alley in Chinatown. Dope graffiti there. All right, those top 2 things in the post-it are documentaries to watch of that time period. Martha Cooper is a photographer that got all up in it in the Bronx and all of the places in the early 80s. She documented the real life and the work of the graffiti artists and all of the rad things. So we will be checking those things out. Okay, now trot to the park. I told the dude at the hotel that I'm going people watching at Central Park. He said I should go people watch at Washington Square Park in Greenwich. I said, damn right, and I do enjoy doing that. And then I mentioned wanting to dip into the lives of Marsha Johnson and Sylvia Rivera this trip. And then he said, ooh, yes. And then he showed me videos of how it be popping off at Greenwich Village during the Pride March in New York. And that's definitely going to be on my live to-do list to peep that. He also told me, or actually asked me, if I heard about poo-poo heads from the Trump administration that recently said, oh, we're just going to take down the pride flags in Stonewall and put up the American flag. And he said he was there with others when they were demonstrating against that flag removal. And he said he watched a transgender human climb up and snatch that flag down and put back up the pride flags. That person said, resist, oh yeah. So I really enjoyed hearing that little story. Hearing it from the locals, that's a spice of life. You get it, girl. You pick those fruits. Seriously though, yum yum on the fruit. Hearing it from the locals, that's the sauce for me. You gotta have that sauce of the truth. On my trot home yesterday from Brooklyn, I passed a man standing outside his brownstone in Brooklyn. Said, how you doing? We start chatting up. He said he was born in '68, lived on this block all of his life. Talked about the changes over the decades for him. And now it's time for a big ol' hand-rolled bagels. Everything bagel, plain cream cheese, gonna be yummy. We got little ones and we got bigger ones. That's the size of car you see in Europe. That's good. I love it when that bagel's got that warm from being toasted and it's hitting with that cold of the cream cheese. Columbus Circle. It's hissing. Oh, get your booty across, don't get hit. Meh. You didn't discover this lamb, boy. Take that shit down. Replace it with somebody that actually did something for this city. Okay, I can low-key appreciate the connection to Italian immigrants. However, Columbus... Let's put up somebody like Marsha Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, Gloria Steinem, Grace Jones, or Keith Haring. I love that. Let's go over here and player hate another white man off his rocker. Blah, puke in my mouth, puke in my mouth. All right. Check that off the list. Now let's go chill. Zohan Mamdani, current mayor of New York City, and also likes to player hate the Trump administration. Yeah. Ba 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 ba. Okay, found me a chill spot right next to some locals enjoying day snacks. Okay, your time is outnumbered, horses. Like I said the other day, here in a few months, no more horsey riding in the park. I'm talking to you, horse. I can tell you don't look too stoked on this ride. It's gonna stop soon. Alright, well, we'll see where this whole situation brings me. If I'm delayed in New York City, I hope I know before I get to the airport. Okay, this bagel though, they did not skimp with the cream cheese. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, this dude's telling the...
Their unnatural diet of grains instead of hay and grass.
Well,
inflammatory, destroying their joints.
it's true, and that's why the law is being
How will that
changed.
horse be rewarded tonight?
Oh!
5 feet by 6 feet.
Now
They
he
live
told
in
me,
hell.
he just told me that law isn't real.
Say that again. Yeah, I like my life defending noble animals turned into slaves.
Hey, this is how activists have to get down. All right, well, I approached that guy calmly, of course. And I said, I thought I saw an article that said in a few months they're doing away with this practice. He kept filming, which is fine. He was filming my face after I asked the question. And he said, in fact, the New York City Council poo-pooed that action, which is kind of not shocking because, you know, money. And while I admit that getting up in people's faces and shouting might not be the best vessel, it does bring awareness and maybe spark somebody's knowledge that really these horses are bumming out and hurting. Now I wrestle with these statements because I eat meat. I am working on that, trying to eat a more plant-based diet. But nonetheless, I do appreciate activists. All right, now I got to figure out how I can walk like that because that looks sweet. Yeah. It is a beautiful day. I've got so lucky with the weather. Yes. These are called glacier erratics. Ice age, 15,000, 20,000 years ago. What happened was the massive icebergs pushed these boulders out. Now here they are, a beautiful part of Central Park. Hey! Ancient glaciers carrying these rocks that are billions of years old. Geology rocks! Chill here for a sec with the Poocher Party. Poocher's Party! He's like, hey, you want to play? You want to play with me? Ah, these warm stones. Look, I'm basically getting a warm stone massage. Maybe I don't want to rub my new tattoo into the boulder. My bad. Poocher's Party. Poocher's Party. Get the drinks. All right, we got aliens dancing at the park. They're making some content here. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, dab. He's got the dab. And through here, look at that. That Louis Vuitton building. That's so cool.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
I love you, New York. I'm not quite sure why this is taped off at the moment. Over there, no bueno. Wait a minute. Is there a parade over there? Or a something? You ask and you learn. I asked and the answer is the annual Israel Day Parade. So I would just go skirt and go check it out. But officer that I asked with the fabulous nails, by the way, gave him the compliment, was like, they've never had security like this here. But he said with the current political climate, enough said. So more security it is. Which makes it harder to get in and out of Central Park today in that particular area. But he said if I hoof it down this way, eventually I'll be able to go boop out to the street. I want to see you, parade. I hear you. They don't mean to stereotype, but perhaps they're making their way to the parade as well. Jeez Louise, they got this thing locked up. I'm hoofing at 80th. I just heard that guy say 80th, and the guy down before said 70th. Whatever. People protesting the parade, so security be higher. Well, there's the T on Y. Don't really know a lot about that. It is very clear that police presence is up. And I do know there's a very high population of Orthodox Jews in Brooklyn. And I also know that these bikes need greased up. Peeps control these boats by remote. Oh God, I've walked too far. I've kind of lost track of time. And now, that's all right. And now, it's an hour walk back to my hotel. And that'll get me there at like 3:08.
Slight left.
Taxi is gonna be there at 3:15. So, I'm basically in denial I'm leaving. And low-key hoping that my flight's canceled and I gotta stay. Well, there you go. I've seen it. Through the gate. I mean, fence. Okay, now it's time to pay attention and get my ass back to my hotel. Mama, no, mama. That's cool. We got a flashy band coming through. Yeah, whatever you said, I think. Well, all right. I got about 10 minutes leeway here. I just used 1 minute of it. Here's me at the parade. Which I could turn left. Is blocked.
Good.
And now this. Good gravy. They're not messing. All right, back on the walking path now. You got it, buddy. I mean, I guess increasing police presence that is going to cut down on just the sheer volume of people at the function. Because I'd have been one of those people just going, run to it. New York said, this parade will not be popping off in the manner that it was popping off at the Bushwick Collective yesterday when everybody began down. Okay, I'm gonna spend some minutes of my leeway here to film Jacob's first birthday party at Central Park. Look at these party favors. Fun. And another minute to film this party, which is like a hacky sack competition. And they just go, oh, sweet. Here you go, let me just get your things on right down this convenient way to take this path. Yes, yes. This dude just be doing this hustle. Okay. They be squawking and everything. But they're not squawking now. That makes me think of Amsterdam. I don't know. If I had time, I would ask if it's actual, what is it, psilocybins? In Amsterdam, when you see that mushroom looking like a one-up in a Mario game, that means you can pop into that shop and get some shrooms. And America is trying to get there with the shroom stuff, but I don't know. I'm not so sure about those gummies. Doesn't really matter though. Got to give them butt to 34th. Looks like they just came from the parade. Passing 51st. On the way to 36. Flight still seems to be on time, but if we want to delay, not mad at that. And I'm in the cab. But that's okay. I'll be back next month. Heading to gate 54. La 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 la. Oh, it's still open to this flight being delayed. Just saying, Southwest. That's the door you take when you get here. I'll see you next month. Getting there, getting there.